What is up? My name is GARRETT Yogurt on Twitter, YOOGRRTT. Thank you so much for tuning into the Now Notation YouTube channel. Welcome back to another edition of this Top 25 series that I've been doing, breaking down the best music videos of 2018, according to me. Today we are talking about Joji's Wanted You music video. This is a song off of Ballads Part 1, or Volume 1. That was an album that came out, kind of, I guess, his debut album. He had that In Tongues EP the year prior. Both projects I enjoyed a bunch, so if you are sleeping on Joji, which doesn't really seem to be a problem for him because that guy's Spotify plays are nuts. I caught that like last month. I was on his profile and I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And then you start looking into it and you're like, wait a second. Like my mom knows who Joji is for some reason, and I don't know if that's just through like Spotify playlists and all that good stuff or just recommended artists of similar vein, but it is cool to see that Filthy Frank has literally become a sad music making pop star, and I think that's a beautiful story for anyone who just feels like they can never break out of the mold like he fucking did. Like Filthy Frank is like a Billboard artist and like selling out places and making songs that tug on your heartstrings, and that's just like kind of a world that I never necessarily knew I wanted or knew I would see. But the fact that we are getting this and seeing the way that his career is kind of taking off in this really cool way is like exciting for not only 88 Rising as a label, but just for Joji as a person. I would assume like I would be I'd feel pretty accomplished after this year for Mr. Joji. And I've always enjoyed his music videos. There's actually like a couple that I would have thrown in here if I could, but I wanted to kind of keep it to one body of work per person, even though I guess he's technically on Midsummer Madness, which did make the list, but that was kind of off of like the 88 Rising label head. It's technically a song by 88 Rising, so my bad if that includes Joji, but same thing with Kendrick Lamar. He was on that King's Dead and then All of the Stars, but neither songs really felt like his own necessarily. But with this song, I went with Wanted You because, one, the costume design. Two, I just think the direction and just the feel for it is something that is just very, very, very different. But if you haven't seen the music video for the song Test Drive, I would very much recommend that one as well. So don't sleep on that. But this song and video just mesh together to just kind of complement each other in the best way possible. And that's kind of why this is on the list and not some of the other ones off of this album. But without further ado, Wanted You by Mr. Joji. This shot, like all the shots like this are just so fucking beautiful, and it's like despair in the background, but like what he's talking about is like kind of with like the fear of despair, but it's not full despair yet, I feel like. But like all the imagery around him is very much like foreshadowing what's to come in a weird way. Like everything as far as imagery and words and the way that he's deciding to tell the story or stance that he's portraying is just like complementing each other so fucking well. I'm such a big fan of this shit. The lighting. This. Beauty. One of my favorite little things. Just little cuts. Little like, this isn't mind-blowing effects. I just fucking love it. Like I love the coloring. I love the art direction. I love the way that it just is like subtle. I don't know, but there's always something that I always would rewind that shit, like this particular part. It's like some Last of Us cordyceps shit, and it's just sick. like just from concept to execution, I don't know. I feel like that's as good as it gets. Like it's really fucking good. Just everything that came together. Just I don't even know how you would storyboard something like that. Like it just seems like the brain and the collaboration of that team that day just fucking killed it, and just set up an editor to just fucking really play with some of the lighting, really play with, like, you know, obviously the cordyceps thing that I paused on, but I just feel like a lot of that was just naturally set up with shots like on set that day. Like I don't know how you do that, how you capture that. That's just magic in a bottle, in my opinion, and it definitely fucking stood the test of time for me. Did it stand the test of time for you? Does it even stand a chance to stick up a decent spot on your list? Let me know in the comment section below. What is your list? What are your favorite music videos of 2018? Let me know down there as well. Thank you so much for all the support on this channel. Thank you for everything. Happy almost New Year. Happy New Year. Take care of yourself, and that is all, folks.